Well, welcome, friends.
Yes.
Thursday Night Chaser. Yay, it's Wrestling on the Rocks, your drinking buddies. And of course, it's the dive bar of the IWC, brought to you by Fans First Sports Network, because those are the people who are keeping the bar at least on and the door open. So welcome, guys. I am your host, Miss Amanda Jane. And of course, I have my lovely sidekick.
I am the Vanna White of Thursday Night Chaser.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So, I'll tell you, because did you do the technical stuff, guys? I think it's fair to say, is it fair to say that that's like the equivalent of turning letters like Vanna did?
That's where I'm going with it. I mean, shit.
Okay. I heard that it was it is very hard to turn the letters.
That wouldn't surprise
And
me. You know, she had to be buff as all hell to get that going.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I was trying to get us the link up for those of you who like to join us live and derail the show. But when I typed in Wrestling on the Rocks on YouTube, what came up? I'll let you guess.
You tell me.
The Rock came up. The Rock has nothing to do with us. Full disclaimer. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson doesn't even know what the fuck we are, and if he did, that shocks the shit out of me. Because at least we don't really talk about him on this Thursday nights. No matter when
his liquor's crap.
Yeah, I mean, if I talk about The Rock, I'm talking about the fact that I'm talking about Fast and Furious or something, but that's my shit. That's my shit.
Lots of peaches.
Yes, lots of peaches. Lots, but rest in peace, Paul Walker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I'd like to think of us as he's the final boss, and we're pretty much the I guess, are we the final boss of, I don't know, of the IWC?
I think we're the mini boss of the IWC.
Yeah. Who would be the final boss of the IWC?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Eric Bischoff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I'd say him. I know whatchamacallit would probably think that he is fucking Bully Ray.
Oh, no. I will give that man his props.
I will, but I won't. because he's injured me, and he likes telling people to be a fan.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's when you know he's pissed off and he has nothing else to say. So that's his big thing. So if I were you guys, just know that if he tells you to be
I
a
don't know.
fan,
He's had a
yeah,
lot to say recently.
he always has a lot to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but this time I
but
agree with him.
oh, I don't. I think I know what he's talking about, but we'll get into that fun stuff
We're
later.
yeah.
Uh, yes, and
Everybody
for
else
now,
is. We're just gonna have a different take on it.
yeah, and you know what's really really bad right now is I'm not gonna lie, I can't find us online to post the
Really?
link. No, I can't. Like I keep getting Dwayne, um, which is weird.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah,
while
hold
you
on.
were
So I'm
doing,
actually twittering.
I am. While you were doing
Yeah.
your thing,
Yeah. So yes, I'm trying to get people in here to derail, because I think I told Willis, but yes, I want him to pop in today, so hopefully he will. But anyways, so again, thank you guys for showing up Thursday night. Before we into the nitty-gritty of everything, we like to play a fun game called What's in Your Glass. So Digi, gentlemen first.
right now, gentlemen first. Shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean,
it's coffee, and soon there'll be tequila.
oh, we've been really switching it up lately, I've noticed.
Yeah, gotta
Yes,
gotta keep it fresh.
we have. I'm going to tell you with my drink today. Of course, I have my regular, regular Coke, but also I really almost had a soju moment. I looked at it
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
because it's been a rough one since we've seen you friends, and y'all know what I mean. But I
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't. So I do have with us a lovely sponsored, not sponsored. I am drinking the Golden State cider, the one with the friendly little otter on it. And it's apple driven dry cider from Sonoma County in California. And we are
I
doing
am
the
here for this. This is the
mighty
first stream.
dry. Mighty dry. Yes, we're gonna crack it open. So remember, friends, as we open this, it's not what you drink,
Who
doesn't
you
matter.
drink it with?
It's who you're drinking with. So yeah, so don't feel like you have to bust open, I don't know, a Coors banquet, or I don't know, shots
Coors
of
Banquet.
uh Goldschlager, no,
Patron?
you can Patron, you can even have like Kool-Aid, okay?
Oh
Dealer's choice.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Some
yes, so now that we have that done and we've got our beverages, so cheers, guys. Let's get into some birthday celebraciones. Since we weren't here last week, because life happens, guys. I'm just gonna go over a few people that we did actually kind of miss as
hmm
far as birthdays go. So you know that you are not forgotten. Um, Rest in peace, Paul Bearer. He would be celebrating a birthday. Had he been alive still, so happy birthday. I've got the natural Dustin Rhodes. Happy
Ooh,
birthday and congrats to little brother Cody, the undisputed WWE champion. I know we don't talk really about that on here, but I just want to say this because this will bring it back to what we normally talk about on Thursdays. If you're new to us, um, the Young Bucks can now say they've been at WrestleMania or been involved in WrestleMania because they did show them in the video package. So that was kind of sweet.
hmm
So yes, so can't take that away from him, brothers Nicholas and Matthew Jackson. So yay. Sanjay Dutt. Oh,
Love me some
homie.
Sanjay Dutt.
Uh, who doesn't love Sanjay Dutt? Now, well, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Sanjay in a little bit because he's part of a hot topic. But that's the homie right there. So cheers to the player from the Himalayas, still relevant as usual. Juice Robinson, Cardboard Juice, happy birthday. Um, can't wait to see him back. I really do miss Juice, and I want to say that I think that I don't know. No offense to the gun boys. I love the guns. Okay, bang bang gang. But without Juice and his craziness, we're missing a little something. I'm not gonna lie. Thoughts?
Uh, yes. I
E- uh,
I will always call them the ass boys, and that's just
they
where that
are the
stands
ass
with me.
boys, and you know
Yes,
how that originated, correct?
yes,
From the Jericho Cruise.
yes. And you know who
Mm-hmm.
popularized it on TV with the fans, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. We do.
Very
Yes,
nice,
we
very evil.
very nice, very evil. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm,
That was interesting, him and Jericho tagging. I thought that was interesting. I obviously was like not into it because I was starving. So I ended up, going to eat, but hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing,
yeah.
who am I to deny that? I did also want to like an indie shout out to one half of C4 from the Pacific Northwest, Cody Chun. Happy birthday. He's been on AEW a couple of times, was in the Seattle one, but most of the time he's teaming as C4 with his partner Guillermo Rosas. And happy birthday, Cody. The other Cody, don't mind me because the font today, I don't know why it reset my font. So it's like totally tiny. Lita, Amy Dumas, happy birthday.
Mm.
Happy birthday. Another person who I don't know, I think he's still like ousted from wrestling, but if not, Austin Aries, happy birthday.
He's not
Um,
ousted. He's just doing indies and Euro shows.
Got it. Okay. Roddy Piper would have been celebrating a birthday with us this week. Kevin Kelly.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I have some. We'll talk about Kevin Kelly and some commentary in a little bit. Harley Race celebrating birthday.
Harley Race,
Marina
yeah.
Yeah, Marina Shafir, the winner of the women's tourney at Bloodsport. Oh my God, we will talk about Bloodsport. Happened last weekend as part of the collective. Vicky Guerrero, I love Vicky. I know that family drama, that's not our business, but I love
I
Vicky.
I love Vicky. She's an amazing person. I've had some really great conversations with her. She's a really
I
sweetie.
love her to death. I love her to death. Paul London. Okay. Paul London. I think I talked about this on episode 1. He's on this fucking world tour because I saw Paul London at Hood Slam.
Mm,
Okay. I also saw him at West Coast Pro randomly. And I know, I mean, he has been doing every once in a while. Like the last time I saw him was probably like before this, like maybe 5 years ago at AIW. And he was
hmm.
still doing that pirate gimmick. If you remember
Ah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. When I say that, some people are like, what are you talking about? That really dates me. But yeah, no, he's doing a resurgence this year. So check around your indies, your local indies. I think he did Revolver a couple of times too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
So he is out there.
anybody who's anybody does Revolver.
True, 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 true. For the most part. Speaking of persons that I think she had done Revolver maybe once or twice or more, Mia Yim,
Yes, she did.
happy birthday. I know I keep
Michin,
saying,
baby.
oh yeah, that's right. I
Oh,
was
you
like,
forgot. No,
mm.
she's a good
Oh,
sister.
she's a good sister. That's right. That's right. Not only is she Mrs. Keith Lee, she's a good sister. Um,
Yeah,
Bandito. His
Chris.
presence, I'm sorry, love Bandito. His presence is surely missed on AEW TV Ring of Honor. And
Mm,
I hope Bandito is getting well and we see him soon. Because honestly, like I think if they really want to push further now that Andrade is gone, more of the lucha libre, he's the one because he amplifies the entertainment. He is the one. I don't like flippy shit, but this guy, it's smooth. It is very smooth, and that's an element they are missing. So
yeah.
definitely, happy birthday. We miss you. Um, Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers, happy birthday coming up.
Most
Uh,
professional, baby.
yep, yep, yep. Another person I'd like to wish a happy birthday to, and no, it's not Colt Cabana playing him, but the Brooklyn Brawler. Happy birthday!
Ooh,
Yes, Colt did a comedy show apparently with like Nemeth and oh no, this was something with actually Matt Cardona. I think it was for their podcast, and he came as the Brooklyn Brawler from as seen from Young Rock. So
see, that's
if anyone
awesome.
has footage, can you guys please push it my way? Thank you very much. Because I saw the photos that he posted. Fucking just looks so great. Let's see here. Who else do we have? La la la. I'm going through some of these people. I don't know who they are, so we're skipping them. Let's see here. Uh, Jay Lethal, happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The great
Chucky.
woo-off champion.
Oh yes. Chucky T. Happy birthday, Chucky T. Um, sorry about what's happening with best friends, but let's be real. I've said since episode 1, the best
What
member of
happened?
Best Friends is heavyweight Trent Beretta. I'm just
No, no
he didn't have to
argument
be
for
mean
me.
to his mom. Didn't have to be mean to his mom. But hey, it's all good. All good. Uh Dijak's got a birthday. Amazing Red. He had a phenomenal match against Gringo Loco at Joey Janela's Spring Break. I think that's probably
Yep.
one of the matches of the weekend right there. Drew Gulak.
Gulak.
And Gulak. Oh, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. But finally, hold on.
Oh,
There was one birthday that I am saving. I don't want to say the best for last, but because here at Wrestling on the Rocks, the Thursday Night Chaser edition. Try saying that 10 times fast. We are peach friendly. If you don't know what a peach emoji is, then you're going to be lost. But peach is up. Peach is up to the one and only John Cena. It's great kind of seeing him at WrestleMania this weekend. His bald spot's
and
really,
and
and
Monday Night Raw.
oh yes, that's right. He was. Well, we don't talk about Monday Night Raw on these parts, but it was
Can we?
great.
Our
It was
truth has got
great.
to be our exception because that man's a national treasure.
You know what? I am so flowers for our truth. Okay. I mean, I didn't realize that he had never won anything, had a WrestleMania moment.
No,
Okay. And shout out to fucking Triple H, the Paul Levesque era, for recognizing that. And I think
because
that shit, like if certain people were still in charge, that probably wouldn't happen. But dude, I mean, he's great. And I loved the whole thing with, of course, like, oh yeah, there's a person. Yeah, you can't see this person. And when as soon as he said that, I knew. But everyone's like, little Jimmy, no, the original, you can't see me. Yes.
and it was
So
and why he gets
definitely.
to be part of our topic is because he used to be Ron the Truth Killings.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He was one of the
Yes.
TNA guys way back
Yep.
in the day.
Yep. What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I think really honestly, that really was a great moment
Yeah,
right there. I think also with indie people, I think that no you know, obviously Gunther, that's how, you know,
yeah.
I knew him.
I
Mhm.
knew him from
Big Van Walter. Yeah,
Euro.
yeah. WXW,
Mm-hmm.
and okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'm a little kind of disturbed that they left it at 666 as the number of days it's had the title.
Well, I'll put it to you
I
like
mean,
this:
yeah.
the Uncle Howdy gimmick is coming back.
Mhm.
There have been hints. There was even one on Monday.
Mhm. Are they trying to say
So
that's Gunther?
no, I'm trying to say he's the first target.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right.
Would make sense.
Makes sense. It totally makes sense. Oh my God, wait a minute. Okay, I looked on another page and there are a couple more. So sorry,
Keep
John
going.
Cena, you're not the one. And then Digi's got a special birthday too. Uh Speaking of people, the DMD, uh
Mm-hmm.
happy birthday, you know. Uh and then fine, and then the of these ones that I have on here is oh, excuse me. It just skipped my page. Hold up. Speaking of TNA,
Mm.
happy birthday, Moose.
Moose.
Moose. Yes, happy birthday.
Man,
So,
still looks
but
fucking amazing.
yes, yes. Fucking speaking of WWE, yep, Royal Rumble entrant this year. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. So I'm really thinking now, and I'm hoping, and probably maybe for right now, this is well, we'll be talking about the E a little bit later too. But
Mm.
I really think that this is really going to open the door. But we'll come back to that door. So I'm shutting the door for now and putting my foot in to stop it. So yes,
I'm
and
with
did you?
Triple H on this one. The door is a stupid gimmick and it should never have been used.
I know. But right now, I'm using that gimmick,
Okay.
the parking lot. So
Okay.
because I know you have a special birthday that you need to
I do.
shout out.
I do. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. The
Okay.
birthday floor is yours.
Oh, I don't
Dance.
do this often. So with I had said when we were doing our boozies that the one to watch was a young lady by the name of Erica Damia is her gimmick name
Mhm,
out of North Carolina.
mhm.
April 10th, she turned, I want to say 20, 19, 20.
Mm,
She's a real youngin, and for those of you that maybe want to see something of her work, she was just recently on Ring of Honor
okay.
against Nyla Rose, and she did a really, really good job. She's really talented. She's second generation. Her tag team
Hmm.
partner's her father.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're called their
Wow.
team is called Heroes for Hire.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Ooh,
really fucking cool.
that is kind of cool. You know,
So,
I was gonna ask you
mhm.
actually, is does she um does she do Deadlock Pro?
I believe so.
Okay. Because the reason why I'm mentioning that is because Deadlock Pro, Prestige Wrestling out of Portland and West Coast Pro have now banded together to be this super indie. I I I personally I don't know what I do know, one person who does wrestle for Deadlock Pro, which I'm like, God, it'd be great to see more of him. Our 7 foot tall friend Andrew Everett.
Yo,
Yes. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. But I want to say that I think maybe she has done that, and I'm hoping so because there's some really great women wrestlers that we get on the cards out here. Obviously, mostly it's Joshi, but um people like
no,
Johnny
it's
Rock,
like
say
it's a thing
Masha.
to happen, especially since now that she's been on Ring of Honor. Um,
Hmm.
her bookings are getting she's getting more and more. She was in Philly for the whole thing that was going on
Oh,
here.
awesome.
Um,
Awesome. That's amazing. But I'm excited. So definitely because they have I think there's a big show that they're gonna be doing on like a super indie summit. My only opinion right now is the fact that Prestige, you promised and helped Scotty book Malachi Black, and we didn't get him, but he
yeah,
came back to wrestle for you. I'm just like, I'm just yeah. So, anywho,
mm,
I've been told. Well, actually, no. I told Chris Hero, who is the official booker of West Coast Pro. I'm like that. I'll like forever like hound William for that of Prestige. I will hound you now because your buddy fucking Colt Cabana. Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know. like I think I've said this on episode 1, he agents a lot of the Ring of Honor matches, and like lately I've been wanting to ask him which ones he's doing, um, to see if they're, you know, but he and Cutler do, because they are an official tag team now, and they have a shirt, which by the way, um, I don't have, but if I had a wish list, a pro wrestling tees wish list, that's like number one, people. Extra large. I like the extra soft style ones. So you pay the $4 extra, but it makes a difference. Totally, totally, totally. But anyways, they have a shirt, and but they don't always know that they're gonna wrestle. He knows the day of, and I'm like, that's not acceptable. Not
That's
acceptable, Mr. Cabana, to me. Not acceptable. So he is, for those in the Arizona area. I'm trying to get March to go. I wish I could go. I can't. But he is wrestling for the same promotion that I went to last year to see Marty Skrull wrestle. And so please go out, support the godfather of modern independent professional wrestling. Give him his flowers. He does like Chipotle and Subway gift cards too. But if you want to bring him food, hit me up and I will give you his order for those two. That's all. That's all we usually buy him. And if you do bring him soda, bring him a Coke Zero, but don't. He's back on soda, and I'm like a little disappointed in him. But anyways,
well.
enough cabana talk. Enough
If
cabana talk.
let's
So
segue. Hold on,
yeah,
I got one.
yeah. So speaking of indie promotions,
Yes.
mm-hmm.
April 28th. FXC Wrestling Academy will be doing their Crush Live at the Premier Center in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Looks like here, and our friend of the show, former guest, soon to be a guest again if I can help it. Artemis V. Watley is the main event.
Ooh, very, very nice. Very
Very proud
nice.
of him.
Nice. Congrats. So here's, I'm going to give you guys a rundown. This weekend, you can go to, there is, if you're in San Diego or Southern California, take a trip across the border to our friends down south of the border in Tijuana, because Marty Skrull's wrestling on the 13th. Chris Hero is, West Coast Pro is doing Chris Hero's mixtape at the Don Quixote in Los Angeles. And one thing I want to say about this is, if you happen to be a fan of a lot of Ring of Honor favorites, Cheeseburger, Eli Isom, let's see here. Yeah, Isom. Who else did he bring in? He brought in, there were some more, but I think they must not be on the card anymore because I don't see them. But there's also going to be some great people like Angelico, Serpentico, Black Taurus. Let's see here. Um,
Taurus.
Brian Keith, the Bounty Hunter, AR Fox, Hallow Wicked. I'm giving you the names that people would know. Lee Moriarty, okay, and JT Dunn. Oh, Colin Delaney. Fuck, they bring Colin Delaney out here. What the fuck is going on here? So yes, guys, that's a really great one. It really sucks that Los Angeles is getting those good ones, because West Coast Pro is a Northern California promotion, and I would like love to have a lot of those people up here. So
West.
that, and Prestige Roseland 8 is also this weekend. That's a stat card. Zack Sabre Jr. on there. Need I say more? He's wrestling Daniel Makabe. You name it, they're probably on this card because that's how they roll. So that is kind of the indie corner for this weekend. Or go back, guys, and watch the Collective, which we'll get into that. And actually, it's a good time to get into that. What do you say?
All right. Just still gonna throw in. It's nice that if you guys have independent promotions that are running things, and you would like us to put it over, all you have to do is just drop us a message. Drop one to Miss Amanda Jane Instagram, DigiDamon WOTR. I gladly accept messages. You
X
know,
for me as well. We'd love to
it,
promote it. And if you also have a link to tickets too, please, please, please send that as well because we would love to promote your promotion. And, we're not asking, we're not charging you anything. We're doing it because of our love of independent professional wrestling. And I think that we need more. So,
um,
big fan.
as an aside, I definitely want to give a posthumous toast to the late Akebono, who is Japanese wrestling legend, involved in some of the craziest ass storylines you could
Yeah.
not even imagine.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And when did he pass? Because I didn't hear that.
It was it's Wednesday.
Oh, wow. Geez, yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We have to, in my studio apartment. No, I'm going to get sued for that. I better not say that. I have
Mm.
to put the fan on because for some reason, the lovely California weather is over 80 degrees here. So, yes.
Haven't you lived
Um,
there all your life?
yeah. But right now, it's been going from like 50 degrees to 80. It's when you get that extreme temperature swing, I always get sick and I feel like I'm getting sick. And
I am
allergies are going
getting
to be
sick,
a bitch
but
this year because of the rain. So, yes.
fair enough.
Yeah, so you heard us mention WrestleMania last weekend, but all of us do know as well if you're a fan of these crazy wacky independent wrestling promotions and people who aren't on TV or maybe on TV kind of sort of depending on what promotion it is had their WrestleMania 2 which
Yes.
depending upon who it is uh you're getting different things. Like for example, you have the Collective, which is GCW's formation of okay, this year they had Josh Barnett's Bloodsport,
Hmm.
Gringo Loco's World on Lucha, Effie's Big Gay Brunch, For the Culture, which is all African American wrestlers. This year Billy Dixon took over last year, the booking of it. I can't remember who did who was doing it before. Then whoever was doing it got signed. But regardless, and it's always going. There was DDT was also a part of it, as well as Defy this year from Pacific Northwest. Shout out to Defy, doing really great
Revolver.
big things. No, they weren't part of the Collective.
Well, no, they weren't part of
They're separate.
collective.
Yeah, we'll go into the Revolver in a sec.
Yeah.
Just bring out the GCW ones, and then of course, it is also. I feel like I'm. Oh, TJPW. Again, if you like Joshi, that's not my thing. So and then also it is at least with WrestleMania week, the premiere event, Joey Janela's Spring Break, and the Clusterfuck came back this year. And I will say this again. This was a must see weekend. I will say this because I did go to last year. I went to um, only two of the events that they had. Oh no,
Hmm.
I'm a liar. I went to three. I went to For the Culture. I went to Effie, and of course I went to Spring Break. Thank you, Joey Janela, for that for last year. Um, I will say if I compare, I did not watch For the Culture this year
Mm.
because the card wasn't that great, and I think that there are other people that should have been highlighted that I know probably could have worked. So that's just my opinion, but it wasn't as good. Gringo
Hmm.
Loco, I do need to go back and watch. Bloodsport, I didn't get to go last year, but this year, I don't know if you watched it, did you? But if not, you need to go back because I will say this, every match was amazing. To see Johnny, insert your name. He was Johnny Bloodsport, wrestle Josh Barnett. Man, that was amazing because you would never have thought that Flippy Starship Pain guy, Mr. Parkour, could totally throw down, and he
I
did.
think you should stick with Johnny Loves Taya.
I know, but it goes to every promotion, so it's a shtick, whatever. It's kind of funny. Um, but there were a couple of standout matches that I
Mm-hmm.
thought need to be called out, and they were actually the ones that I thought were absolutely amazing. Were one was Shayna Baszler versus Masha Slamovich.
I
Holy shit! Whew, shit! Like
You can
I think.
find stuff about it online.
Mhm.
Holy crap!
I will also say this, GCW on Triller, which was Fight TV, they have a
Mm-hmm.
package. It's a monthly thing. It's really cheap. You actually can, if you subscribe, you can go back and see that. And it came with the collective. The collective came with it this year. It was not a separate price. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you, Brett Lauderdale, for that gift. Um, it was, oh shit. It was, you know what? It was amazing. And most people who've ever seen Masha Slamovich? Oh, this was beautiful. So it's one of those, going back to we were talking about the Forbidden Door, and Triple H says there really isn't any.
Mm-hmm.
This prime example, because Josh Barnett wanted to see if they'd let Shayna wrestle on
Mm-hmm.
here, because that's her style. So they actually, she was talking about it in an interview. I saw this kind of floated on my timeline, and she had said she was working out, whatever, because there was she was at one of the shows, and they were in the thing, so she didn't have her phone on her, but he was trying to call her to ask her before, you know Triple H asked her, and she was like, Yeah, she thought she was getting fired.
Oh,
He was like, am I employed? Like, what's going on? So when you see things like that, it's like there are no lines. There are no lines. All there is really fucking great wrestling. And I will say that it was great. Another match I loved for that one, Royce Isaacs versus Murder Grandpa. Mhm. Excellent match. All of the matches on Bloodsport are great. And then the
yes.
women's tournament final with Lindsay Snow versus Marina Shafir. Whew, great match.
Shafir
Great.
is one of those talents that you just don't see it as often. Like,
No,
so
no,
fucking talented.
no. And it's really bad that AEW doesn't really utilize her the way her skill set, because it's just so
Well,
badass,
what I've kind of
Okay.
gauged from some of this, and I'm pretty sure it will be done nicely, is that
Mhm.
not everybody's going to get the WWE star to come do some of these things.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not going to happen every day. It's not going to be like, some of this other shit. It's going to be specific instances where it makes sense that puts over both products and it's going to be good business.
Mhm.
It's not going to be where is, if my understanding is correct, it's we've got nothing for you, go do whatever.
Yeah. Mhm.
And that's kind of where a lot of the AEW guys seem to be falling on, is just go get some bookings, go do whatever.
Mhm. A lot of them don't do it because of, uh, personal preference. Some people are contracted to not do anything. So it really just kind of all
Yeah.
depends on like the talent. But I will say this, with the commentary, shout out to Dave Prazak, Veda Scott, who are the mains on the commentary for the collective.
Yes.
You know, the way they did it was so classy. Like you mentioned, WWE superstar, Sheena Baszler didn't, mentioned it once, and they didn't harp on it. Like even with like Speedball, or like Veda, or anybody, or not Veda, Masha, anybody who's on that the TNT roster, they didn't go all up into that, because you don't need to go into all of that. You're demifying it to people, because people, most likely than not, if they're watching an indie show like that, they know where these people came from. We're not stupid,
Yeah.
So
The
yeah, and I
internet's
think
a
that,
glorious place.
yeah, and I will say that if there's one show to go back and watch, that's the one. right there of all of them. That and then the clusterfuck. But I'm gonna go into the spring break first. I will say this.
Mhm.
I felt that spring break this year was not as good as last year's. And the reason why I say
Okay.
that is because when you looked at the matches that they had, we had
Mhm.
Trussie, we had, Bussy, Effie, Alley Catch, and then of course with the godmother, Dark Sheik.
Mhm.
Um, and we had a trio there. We've got, we had so much stuff that even Janela's match with Ibushi. Holy shit. I mean, we had Vikingo versus Bandito. Holy God. It was a lot of really powerful punch. Not to
Right.
put anything like against like Cardona and what Cardona does and Maki death kill and whatnot and whatnot, Danhausen, like, you know, so don't
Well,
get that. But um it was it was pretty good. I will say yes, I'm a little sad that Joey did not get the belt. The GCW Heavyweight Championship, he didn't get it as his signature event, but that is a testament to show you that he is not that kind of person. But it was a great fucking
well,
match though with Blake
the
Christian.
unfortunate part is that you know while it might not have been good as last year's was an exceptional show. So you're gonna have those points where I mean, look like the last couple WrestleManias sucked. 40 was pretty badass.
Yeah,
Uh, so that's definitely something to be said there. So it's not that it was bad; it's just that
it just wasn't
last
as
year was,
good.
yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
it was the
Um
8.5 to 9. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, that match I will say this, okay? If you are not a fan of Joey Janela, and a lot of people
Mm,
are not, I implore people to go back, look at that match against Kota Ibushi. Okay.
yeah.
Fucking Kota Ibushi, people. When you think Joey Janela, what the fuck should he why there's no why would you even have any him wrestle Kota Ibushi? Totally different level, right? Nope. And what was amazing with this one is Blake Christian, who's the current GCW champion. Um, he basically Janela, he made him like wrestle on the mat pretty much. There was none of that flippy shit. None of it.
Yeah.
And that's another testament to him. So it's like really showing that range of him. And then also too, I wanted to side comment. I'm a little disturbed about Blake Christian. God, I can't speak English today.
Why?
He looked a lot like a ginger love child of Joey. He looked a lot like Joey Ryan in his actions and stuff. And I'm like, oh, we 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 don't need that in wrestling. It was very uncomfortable for me.
Well,
Mm.
I I think there is always a place and a reason. There's always somebody who finds that kind of style to their liking. It's not our cup of tea.
No, no. And I feel that um the clusterfuck. This was okay. The clusterfuck basically is a fucking random ass battle royal. They also did for
Mm.
the GCW championship, they did a Punjabi prison match.
I mean, because why not
What
everybody else
indie?
has?
Yeah, but like, what indie promotions do you know that really do that? Just some whacked out things. This was Janela's mind. Actually, it was a really good match. I'm not gonna lie, but the clusterfuck had everybody you can probably imagine, from Tommy Dreamer, Shane Douglas was in there for quite a bit of time. Frank the Clown was there. Um, all of your GCW like staples. One shout out to friend of the show, Sam Stackhouse, woo woo, and his tag team partner Fuego del Sol. Yes, I need them to come out to the West Coast. Juicy Finale, you need to book them, please, please, please. Um, it was a great, like a fun, great entertaining moment. Those with the
Mm.
clusterfuck. It was great because there was one point where it was like tag team after tag team after tag team. You had tag teams of the likes of To Infinity and Beyond. That's Colin Delaney, and I can't remember his partner's name. I just see them right now. They were there. You had, gosh, Pero was just Pero's amazing. He wasn't with his tag partner. He was flying solo, but you saw a lot of really cool shit. And the final three of the final three were, if I'm not mistaken, it was Nick Gage,
Mm-hmm.
Microman, Jamie Senegal.
Friend of
Yes,
the
of the
show.
show. Yes, and she actually came in during the tag team match with, it was Edith Surreal and Dark Sheik, the three of them.
Yep.
I was like, this is fucking great. And they were the final three, and the one who ended up taking it all, Microman.
Yep.
Yup. And it's cool, guys. So wrestling is really for everybody, okay? And you probably are thinking, God, that's so fucking ridiculous. But you know what? It's not meant to be serious. But I will say this, people, because of the randomness, and there were 87 entrants. Okay.
Yep.
The randomness of people, there are a lot of ECW people, all sorts of things, and the randomness of it, everyone's like, who that should be Booker of the Year right there. And it was actually it was a really good time. So definitely that's a highlight. I'm sad we didn't get it in LA, but I get it because it's an East Coast thing, the timing of it, and LA would have been at midnight, be 3 a.m. But you know what? Here's my thing, Brett Lauderdale. If you really want to watch it, we get up in the middle of the night to watch New Japan or whatever, right? We're going to do it. And then on top of that, speaking of New Japan this weekend, Sakura Genesis. I have not watched Sakura Genesis yet. But
Why not?
well, one, I haven't had the time.
Mm-hmm.
And two, my New Japan expired. So, but I'm gonna go back because the Sakura Genesis, I always watch the whole thing anyway. Part of it
Okay.
was because of a certain match. I wanted to see John Moxley and Shooter versus the Scapegoat Jack Perry, and who was he teaming with? Someone else
He's
from House
part
of
of,
Torture.
yeah, he's someone from
House of
House of
Torture.
Torture.
Yeah, I don't know who, because yeah, I wanted to see, because it was, it was Moxley, and not because I like him. I just wanted to see what Jack would do because of yeah,
There was some
which
shit talk involved. I'll put it that way.
I heard a rumor that there was move sets that a certain tag team uses that Jack Perry did. I heard that. I haven't seen it to like confirm anything because I really didn't want to. I mean, after I heard all these spoiler things, I'm like, I'm not going to go just to watch a bit. I want to see the whole thing. But there's
Uh,
a reason.
but
Kind
then
of.
again, I mean, the particular move set is pretty much anything that goes back to before the Midnight Express. So
Exactly. People forget that. But it was even more tense this weekend because yes, last week we were not here, as you guys know. Sorry, life happens. But there was a certain why it was 2 hours. I have no idea. But I guess you know what? Let's just let the cat out of the bag. But before we do that, uh, you know who's gonna sponsor this or help us sponsor this rant? Our friends at Fans
mm,
Network. And I am sorry to them in case people are like, oh God, and we make some controversial statements. But of course, the views and opinions of myself and Digi do not reflect the views of one, Wrestling on the Rocks, and two, Fans First Sports Network. I just want to say that to put that full disclosure because yes.
right.
Yes.
Understand this is like talking in a dive bar. This is us having a conversation.
It is.
We're
It
not
is.
representing ourselves as being anything but.
No, no. There is one thing I will say that I would like to, for the record.
Right.
Um, so as y'all know, one of my favorite people, yes, I roll for those listening and not watching. Um, CM Punk, Philip Brooks
Why don't
got
we
an
hold on? Hold on.
oh, mhm.
Why don't we talk about Mr. Stark's injury first?
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Let's go there first and then
Okay,
Fenway.
let's go there first. Okay. So remember back on episode 1, you guys,
Mm-hmm.
I when we are talking about the tag team tournament and the brackets, the East, they call it East and West. It really was Dynamite Collision. That there was on the Collision side, it was FTR versus the Wild Card, which was the Infantry. Pretty
Mm-hmm.
good match. I think that they're underrated, the Infantry. Um, Also, the other was Top Flight versus Big Bill and Ricky Starks. That match happened. It happened last weekend, not last weekend, the weekend before that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So we haven't been around in a while, so we didn't get to see this. If I remember correctly, episode 1, believe I had said the way the bracket was going to go, it was going to go. Um, it was going to be best friends and the Young Bucks, with the Young Bucks winning. And of course, last week we saw that Trent Beretta basically has gone heel on the team. Long time company coming. Hope we bring Rapungi Vice back and show them how it is, boys. Um, um, yes, I do love heavyweight Trent. Anyways, I did call that. I also did call Ricky Starks and Big Bill over Top Flight, and then FTR. Okay. Um, Now, that match is this weekend, but it didn't go how I said it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Top Flight won, but they weren't
Right.
supposed to win. How do we know this? Okay. Um, the match itself was very it how do I describe it? It was for me, Top Flight, I get it. You're very, very eager, right? You're very eager dudes. They work fast. I don't necessarily feel that sometimes when you have people that work really, really fast and they're known for either injuring themselves or causing
Well,
injury, that you should work at that kind of pace because
no.
things tend to get floppy, especially with flip shit. Um, and you can tell that right off the bat because you're dealing with someone who is extremely tall and big compared to you, like maybe almost 2.5 times your size, um and
Yep.
has at least 1.5 feet of height over you.
Yep.
So that's the observation number one. And I am not saying this because we all know that yes, I am very Ricky Starks heavy. We all know this from day one.
Ish.
He's the ones um that you know it was your typical flow in your match. The heel, it was the faces were the ones who came out swinging. So like, again, like I said, quick. But there was a part in the match where two things. One, when they went to commercial break, there was this great, like, Ricky was talking into the camera of some really great stuff. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised no one has made gifs of it, or like the little soundbite. I want to go back and do it myself because there were some really great things. And There's that. But when it came back to air, there was a move that it was Darius Martin who was in the ring. It wasn't Dante. And Darius did this weird, and I don't know. This is where I don't understand. So they were in, when you're looking at the camera of how hard cam faces, right?
Mm-hmm.
that right hand back corner.
Right.
That's the corner that was we're talking about. So they were in that got into that corner because Ricky tried to spear him, and for some reason Ricky was supposed to connect with it. It got weirdly blocked in the corner. And what ended up happening is Darius did this move, which, if you look at it, it looks like he was trying to go in for like a tornado DDT, but it ended up being this weird, like flippy, not flippy, but like this weird, like rotational movement, like weird angled super kick that hit Ricky right in the neck, his bad neck. And he went down. Like you could see it and you could tell he was in pain. And that was not supposed to happen. So then, of course, he ended up kind of like Bill saw this. Ricky was like on the ground. He rolled out of the away out of the ring ish, and he was on the apron for 2 seconds, and then he got down. You didn't see him in the camera angle. He got hurt. Obviously, he had gotten hurt. Next thing you know, he's back in the ring and whatever, and they go for a pin attempt. This is the sloppiest pin attempt I've probably seen in, well, AEW has a lot of sloppy pin attempts, but this one was bad because the way Ricky was okay. How do I describe this? So my knuckles are his butt. And I'm not saying this because I like his butt. Disclaimer right now. This is his butt was in the air. Okay. So here's his little leggies that were kind of up like this, butt in the air, legs were up, but his chest and everything, his neck was like compressed in, and he was on his neck and he wasn't moving.
Mm.
And then you heard 1, 2, and then it was almost 3. And Ricky barely like kind of moved a little because he blacked out. That I was told he was blacked out. My source said. And everyone was like, that was a 3 count. No, that's when they called the audible with it because obviously Ricky
Was not
wasn't
okay.
doing too good. No. And then there was another, then they did another, finally did another pin attempt, and Top Flight won. When they pinned him, they played Ricky's music.
Hmm.
That one right there, that's a sign of they already have the winners queued up. Okay. And
Yeah.
when, so it was a little too late, but then they switched it. They stopped it, but it played enough to, you're like, oh gosh. So he was attended to at ringside. Now, Bill did not know what was going on, with all of that. So, but then when he turned around, saw Ricky like on the ground like that, because he really wasn't moving very well. He says he's okay. You didn't hear a lot of buzz about that. I'm assuming he is. Now it's really kind of sad because where do you go now?
Yeah.
I did call that they were going to do it. I'm pretty sure they would have beaten FTR again because they had something to prove. Um, well, no, they had that match last week. Sorry, Top Flight. Dynasty. We're getting Young Bucks FTR 3. Nobody really wants that. I don't want that. And it's it's very sad because now it's like where does Big Bill and Ricky go from here?
Back to catering.
Mhm.
Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real. Or, a lot of people are, making commentary that, Ricky was at WrestleMania seeing his buddy Cody win, you know, and I'm like, it doesn't mean he's going to go there because let's face it, will he have the same opportunities there? Will he
Yeah.
wrestle more? No,
He'd
I don't
wrestle
think so.
more. No, I think he
I
would
don't think
make
so.
a.
No.
I
Mm-mm.
do. I think he would make a fine addition to the NXT roster.
Yeah, but that's NXT.
NXT is still
People.
WWE, baby.
I know, but here's the thing, though. Okay, like there's so many people on NXT that are still there that shouldn't be there anymore.
And they're getting called up
And
slowly but surely. Didn't you see Ilya Dragunov over on
yeah, I
Monday?
did. I did. I did.
There are more
Yeah,
coming.
there are more coming. But here's the thing, though, with Ricky. Okay, if you measure him against like a Carmelo Hayes, okay, who was owning fucking NXT for quite a while,
Mm,
you know, you're not. It took Ricochet how long now to be able to do what he's doing now? Yeah,
well,
I don't
the
think with him I don't see it. Or they're going to repackage him to something else. So
I
that's where I'm,
this is where I'll
you know,
throw you out to a little bit different.
mhm,
We're at an entirely different phase of the company right now. You could
mhm.
tell that by the booking. You could
Yeah.
tell that by the stars involved. Everything made a cohesive sense. You had a
Mhm,
reason to love or hate any various match. Monday, same thing. 3 hours didn't feel like 3 hours again.
mhm.
Okay. Now, with that being said, somebody like a Ricky Starks could go down to NXT, clean some house, give somebody like a Carmelo Hayes a damn good run for their money, and then it's because they're going to start cycling some of these people up because some people are leaving, not because they're dissatisfied with the company, but because they're aging out or they're moving to production. So there's lots of room for him to go over there. And even if he only wrestled once a month, it's still once a month more than he's getting over at AEW.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But
you could be
I
fucking
don't know.
anti talent and get more screen time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know because it's one of those things where um I'm gonna make a comment about Jade Cargill.
Yep.
She had her WrestleMania moment, and here's my comment. They
Mhm.
spent over 8 months training this woman. Okay,
Mhm.
putting some effort in. She's no better than she was before. Her mic skills are terrible,
Mhm.
and she's not any better. Everyone else made her look good.
Well,
Um, so I
the
looked at that and I'm like, there's so many other women who, like, you know, who put some dues in that probably should be all up in there. But I get what they're doing. I get it. But
right.
I just wanted to make that comment. But
No, that's
um,
fair. At the same side,
mhm,
I mean, they clearly threw money at her. They realized what they
yeah,
got as a bill of goods. They're making the best of it. They're shining her up
mhm,
nicely. People are covering for it, and much in the same way as every other one, they get exposed eventually, and they don't get renewed, and they get sent packing.
yeah,
So, is that probably going to be the case? Unless she pulls something magical out of her ass? Yes.
yeah.
It,
See the
you know,
thing
they got to
with
recoup their
Ricky,
loss.
yeah, with Ricky, there's no reason to throw money at him
Sure, there is.
right now. Well, there is,
But
yes,
he's got
but
to have a
right
stripper
now,
pole.
right, but right now, like like right now, no. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, good Lord,
Get that out of your head.
I'm not. No, no. I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, I can't. I can't. I just can't. um. Well, shit. He used to drop his pants like that was his shtick, and his butt would hang out. I miss those days. But
Yeah.
hey, yeah. But anyways, I digress. But I don't know. We'll see what happens to him. So it's going to be yet another pay per view this year that we do not see absolute Ricky Starks. I mean,
It
he could be
seems
Keith
like,
Lee, and you really don't see him at all. So I mean,
well,
but
there's some rumors about that.
yeah, I heard some things. But yeah, but let's continue on with this company. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
we
so
won't even we won't even add
well,
fans for Sports Network on this one.
no, 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 no.
No.
So, as you guys know, former AEW employee
Well,
Philip
hold on. We
Oh
should
no,
probably
what if?
start at the story of why
Just
this happened. So
oh, okay,
CM Punk
okay.
was on a podcast and he was asked about the Jack Perry incident. Now, much to his chagrin, he was professional, he was accurate. He kept it simple. He said, I wish them all the best, but I'm over here enjoying myself here. That was essentially what he said to the matter. All right. So you're like, no, no, he didn't. No, that's what he kept it simple. He did not diss
No,
anyone.
no. Did you not hear? Did you hear an edited version or something? Because that's not what I heard.
Well, I heard with him retelling it. I mean, obviously, there's a little hyperbole involved in any promo ever, but at the same time, if you take his words and you line it up to the video, you can watch play by play. Do you want me to show you the video?
We can't show the video.
That's
We can do it
true.
offline. We can do it offline. But no, I'm disagreeing here
Mm-hmm.
because the way that he spun it, because
Mm-hmm.
this is how he always spins it.
Okay.
He's the victim. Okay. He plays the
Okay.
fucking victim. All right.
Okay.
Now, when he said, "Oh yeah, they were Jack Perry was aggressive."
Yeah.
Okay, when you look at the video, I saw no aggression. The guy was fucking. He has long hair and he's fucking around with his hair. Okay, I didn't see any aggression. The only person that was there was aggression was when Phil, took a shot at him.
Well.
I can see where Tony Khan kind of feared for his life because it kind of did kind of go after Tony Khan, kind of sort of, right? But when you were
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this person was there and that person was there, this person was restraining me. Okay, first of all, when you look at everybody else in the thing, if they were having a heated argument, right, or one that was kind of loud, right, one would think because Jerry Lynn was standing right there, okay, you see Samoa Joe over here, Aubrey Edwards and another ref were right by, kind of not that far from
Mm-hmm.
here, not far. These people, everybody around was at least within 10 feet. Okay.
Okay.
And also with what was going on with, obviously that was Gorilla with all the monitors and everything to the right hand side, looking at his back, right?
Right.
If they were having some kind of heated discussion, okay, and I'm just saying this from the perspective of like if this were to happen at a normal workplace and there were that many people, someone would have been, hey guys, this is not the place, like interrupted. Like this
Well,
is not the place. Because
this is
especially because of how in that area, what goes on. Okay. That's where one. I'm like,
okay.
no
Well, let
one.
me let me counter that point because they're over obviously in Gorilla. Okay.
Mhm.
So that means your crowd, everything. The reason why you wouldn't hear a general disagreement, heated or otherwise, is because it's fucking loud.
But
Nobody
he's
thought,
loud.
yeah, so's
But when
Jack
you look at
Perry
the
with a
but when you
reputation
also
for it.
yeah, but when you look at the video, okay,
Hmm.
and I can say this because I'm a person, like when I get loud or kind of agitated, there's certain body languages. They both were pretty fairly calm, both of them.
Well, I would,
That's how I saw it, was they were both
I,
fairly calm, right?
hmm
And but it's one of those things where it's like it didn't look that bad. Everyone's like, oh, there wasn't audio. I don't even think those kind of security cameras have audio. So
generally not now.
no.
And
So
even if they
fuck
had
off,
audio,
people.
you wouldn't be able to hear a damn bit of it.
No, no, because there's so much shit
So
going on over there.
there's obviously some
Now,
context missing, but like I said, if you take just him retelling the point of what happened, you line it up, it's pretty well the line. Now, okay, Jack Perry has a history, much like Punk, except Jack's a dick about it. to the point to where, Bully Ray is even, he doesn't generally put anybody's name in his mouth unless he's got something to back it up. And even he said, I dealt with him and he's basically a dick. I've heard that from more than a few firsthand accounts of people who've dealt with him personally, that he is just a dismissive dick and doesn't give a fuck what anybody else has got to say about it. You know, whereas if this was over the legit glass, I mean, I would understand why you'd be pissed about it. Look at how many injuries we've talked about this on episode one almost twice a month. So and so got injured. So and so got injured. Somebody did something stupid. Somebody had a dumbass idea. And I could see somebody like a CM Punk going to Jack Perry going, what are you doing? When is this going to stop, dude? People keep getting injured. And I could see in a world based on reputation of Jack Perry going, yeah, whatever, fuck you, essentially. There's nothing you're going to do about it. And Punk goes, dude, I'll just choke you out right here. And he just goes, yeah, whatever, being dismissive. And Punk chokes his ass down. I could see that as a way. Now, do I think it was right where he got into a physical altercation? Absolutely not. There are other ways to handle it. I don't agree that violence was the answer by any means. Do I understand it? Absolutely. From that perspective, because there are too many fucking injuries and you don't need some dick running roughshod who's just going to get other people injured. I mean, I get that point. And, if I just walked back into the workplace after so long and this is the kind of shit I was seeing and everything else, I I could see there's a breaking point, you know?
Also, with Phil, okay,
Mhm,
is what people tend to forget. Okay.
mhm,
There's two things with this.
okay,
One, I highly believe, and Phil really should understand this too. There are certain people on the AEW roster. There's those pillars. Jack Perry is
mhm,
one of them. Those
mhm.
four: Guevara, Perry, um, Darby Allen, and who was the fourth?
Britt
MJF.
Baker?
No, wait, no. Darby, Jack Perry, Sammy Guevara, MJF.
Yeah, and I think most
With
every
her
one of
own,
those
with
people.
her own universe. If you look how Tony Khan has treated each one of those people, okay, Sammy
Mhm,
Guevara gets away with murder.
mhm.
Okay, we've seen what he's done. Okay, okay, one, two, MJF, kind of difficult. That's the reputation.
Yeah,
Because
that's true. He
before,
is.
before, I don't think he was as. He is one who totally lives the gimmick. Okay, he does. He's always been like that. But like on the indies, like he wasn't, as obnoxious as whatever. So he's got a lot of carte blanche. Okay, and look how Darby is put on a pedestal. Okay, Darby's a very humble guy, but he's put on a pedestal. All right,
Yes.
that's his flaw. Jack Perry, again, one of those original ones, let's face it, Jurassic Express really is all Jack Perry. Luchasaurus can't do shit, kill switch, whatever the fuck, kill whatever you want to call him. No. So Tony Khan, I feel, is to blame with that because he put those
Oh,
four dudes
I
on this
agree.
pillar. Because, like I've seen Jack wrestle like from almost like when he started, you know? Humble dude, nice dude. And even like when I fucking saw the last time I saw him, because I had not seen him since like he was at, I think it was APW, was King of the Indies when he wrestled Jake Atlas. And that was a fucking amazing match. I
Okay.
hadn't seen him since then. Okay. And he was like, oh my God, man, totally was
Now,
cool, right?
the
Nice
difference
dude.
is you're not a worker. You're not his coworker.
No, but I will say this
Mhm.
is that locker room. when Phil Brooks went to go work there, that locker room was a lot. He divided that locker room. Okay.
I wouldn't
I
blame
don't
him for that.
care. Mm, mm,
Nope.
okay. Here's the thing. Okay. I do blame him for that.
Okay.
I'm going there. I've said this on episode 1 before, but
Go
I'm going
ahead.
there. Okay. I know he claims he did not tell Tony Khan that he would, like he did not say that he won't work if Cabana is there.
No, that
I think that's a lie.
I don't think
But
that's the case.
no, that is, it is the case. It
Okay,
is.
that's speculation.
And, but also too, because Tony, this is his pet. He's paying a lot of money to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's even a thought in the brain, he's gonna do it. Do other people think it's right? No. And it has nothing to do with friends or whomever, right? People don't like to deal with Phil because he's difficult. He is. He's
He
difficult.
he
Period.
is
There are people who don't want that they don't want that drama. Okay? They don't want that, right? They don't.
okay.
Then there's some people who are like, okay, I'm just going to be neutral and be Switzerland. Okay? There's a lot of people. But you're talking about a person, Colt Cabana. You're talking about a person who, and officially, no, people can say, well, he didn't do all in and whatever. I go, no, he was the inspiration to a lot of these guys. You can ask any of them, okay,
Okay.
on that scene. Phil didn't do that because Phil was gone when
Okay.
the big indie boom, the rebirth came to what it is today, right?
Okay.
He was gone. He had nothing to do with that. Okay. There were a lot of pieces in there that could have gone away. Like, for example, their merch deal could have gone away. That could have gone away because I'm pretty sure if push comes to shove, that's that. But he was a professional about it. Didn't, it was just like, okay, he could have, but he didn't,
There was
you know.
contracts involved. That's why he
Well,
didn't.
not only that, but he is like with pro wrestling D's, he is like that silent co-owner of it, and with Ryan
It,
Barkin. And
it's
I will say this,
always it's always about
that
the
yeah,
contract. I'm just saying.
yeah. But part of it too was that with it is that if he really like if he really wanted to do that, because Phil has been very, very
Mm-hmm.
vocal with everything that had happened with that. And
Mm-hmm.
we all knew with Muffin Gate, okay, that, you know, he's got issues, okay, still to this point. Because here's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
in all this aftermath and whatever, because I'm going to get off the Colt Cabana train.
Okay.
I, I have, because we can go on forever. I can go on forever.
I just want to keep you on topic. You're saying that
Yeah.
CM Punk was
Yeah.
the
No, no,
reason
no.
that okay.
No, 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 no. Okay. Because everything that has happened that we're still talking about in this whole conversation, because there's a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody would be like Colt Cabana, fucking not say a word. You can make little jokes here and there, like inside jokes with people, but don't fucking say a word. That's the best thing you can fucking do. Okay. That goes for Tony Khan. That goes for the Young Bucks. That goes for everybody. Okay. Because to this day, he has never said anything about Muffin Gate. The only thing he ever says is he jokes because it's self deprecating humor. And that's what he's all about is, hi, I'm Colt Cabana and I share a bank account with my mom.
Well,
That's all. That's all.
the other side of that is when you I'll start with that and work backwards.
Okay.
Is that it does him no good, it does no one any good to take shit like that blow up and keeping it going. It does nobody any good. like
Mhm.
showing shitty security cam footage without context. Um, but I'll tell you the one reason why Punk isn't the one that divided the locker room. There is zero leadership. These four pillars aren't four locker room leaders. Tony Khan isn't he isn't a leader, isn't he's not a
No,
Triple H at all. The
no,
divide
these are his
happened.
friends. These are his friends.
Right. So
Mhm.
what's happening here is that there was always something in regular wrestling. There's always somebody who pretty much keeps that locker room in check. So the moment that anything should have even started to whisper, it would have been, "Look, this ain't happening." And
No,
there would be somebody there, or there would be a boss, or there'd be the guy
no,
signing your checks.
no.
Somebody would have stopped it, but
You see, here's the thing.
it doesn't
Here's
matter.
the thing. He's employed so many people that have
Hmm.
worked for WWE and other, wrestling promotions, okay?
Hmm.
That you would think that one of them would say, "Yo, dude." Yeah,
My
yeah.
understanding is people have said, "Yo, dude, what the fuck?"
But I guess with him, right? It's really about it's about I don't even want to even say I don't even know what it's about. I don't know if it's about money because he's got money, okay? I don't
It's
know what it's about. I wish I could find out and know or have an inkling of what it is. Is it, because to be quite real, he, there's a lot of things that, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying Phil is completely at
right.
fault. Majority of it is too. He doesn't help matters any.
No,
But
I'm laying the blame where it should be. You
yeah,
have these
well, Tony
supposed.
Khan is not innocent. I've never said that Tony
Oh
Khan was
no,
innocent.
I'm just laying it
No.
right there. You have these
Yeah.
four pillars. Not a damn one did anything about it. You have the boss who's there every freaking show, didn't do a damn thing to stop it. There
Mm-mm.
was a responsibility and an obligation. Eventually, and this isn't the first time somebody's gotten into an altercation in that company. That was
Oh
just a
yeah,
more
hi
recent
Sammy
one.
Guevara mouthing
Yep,
off at Eddie Kingston and getting punched in the fucking mouth because
yep,
he got smart. Again, one of the pillars. It's either a
right.
pillar or or someone a favorite of quote unquote of Tony's. Now, where
Do we
I
see the
think,
one name keeping coming up with all of this?
yeah,
You know, sadly,
but
I'm
certain
agreeing with Eric
there's
Bischoff.
yeah.
Like, Bischoff he recently just did a whole thing when the video got released, and he sat there and he watched it and he talked about this whole thing because Tony Khan likes to throw shade at him all the time. And he's like, dude, you aren't doing half the numbers you say you're doing.
No.
And he's right. He's like, it doesn't matter what any of these interpersonal issues are. The fact of the matter is, this is the guy at the top. The buck always stops with the top. It doesn't matter who you are, the buck stops at the top. You know,
And, you know,
I
and it
can't
leads
disagree
to
with that.
now, yeah, no, that's true. And it leads to now, fast forward, okay,
Okay.
to
Yay.
I, I think was it necessary to show the video? Yeah, but it should have been
No,
shown a long time ago. No, a long time ago.
I don't think
No,
it should have been shown at all. Nope. You leave it to
well,
dirt sheet speculation and you walk away from it.
mhm,
Because people
yeah,
I'm hearing from, which
hmm
apparently are coinciding with people other people are hearing from,
hmm
is they're all saying this wasn't just nonsensical. This hurt internally. Everybody wanted to walk away from this. It did nothing for the storyline. It did nothing for the company. It demoralized their locker room. And I shit you not. I'm watching WWE wrestlers occasionally making jokes about it,
um, yeah. Let's to the other part of this weekend.
which is
Okay,
it
first
wasn't
of
Phil
all,
Brooks, by the way.
no, but Phil also really shouldn't have gotten into it. You know,
Well,
He really shouldn't have. Okay, because here's the thing: is Tony Khan is an insecure little bitch boy with a
yep.
cocaine problem.
He's
Okay,
trying that fucking indie-rific
Veruca
internet
Salt.
bullshit.
Yep,
Yeah,
Veruca Salt. And here's the thing. Okay, I've said on episode 1 before, and I will say it till this company is dead into the ground.
I think we both
That
have.
that this is not the company that you saw these great clips about, that Cody Rhodes started a revolution. Yeah,
Hmm.
this is not that company.
Nope.
This
It,
is not. And
you can
when I
tell.
saw, oh yeah, when they said that, right? And we had the Adam, no, we weren't there last week. So the Adam Copeland promo, that was not necessary. That
Yes.
was really not necessary.
Wasted time.
Okay. Waste of time. Okay.
Fucking Will Osprey should
Um,
just shut his damn mouth and
okay,
shave the
okay,
fuck
hold on,
out of it too.
We're getting there. Hold on. I got my opinions on that one. We're getting there.
Oh yeah.
My thing is this is that his fucking ego, he needs to put that shit in check. Okay. Because I don't know how old Tony Khan is. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure. Let me use Stephanie McMahon as an example. She's been in this shit all her life. And that would never, you would never see that happen. Right.
He's
But
41
it's
years
got,
old.
he's how old?
41.
Jesus, 41,
Mm.
going on fucking 12 with his behavior.
Mhm.
Um, I think that there's two things that Tony Khan needs to do. Okay. One is you need to give up. You need to either focus on AEW alone and give up all the other sports, or give up AEW.
Okay.
Because let's be real. If AEW was supposed to be run how it originally was intended, and
Hmm.
said this on episode 1, it would be night and day. Night and fucking day.
Well,
Right? You would not have any of this fucking bullshit, because they'd actually, like, people would like stop that shit. Like, no, you wouldn't see this. But it also doesn't help when WWE on commentary, and I noticed this during WrestleMania, they kept making like different phrases that AEW would say. Like there was one part where Corey Graves kept saying the whole weekend, "You got to give the people what they want,"
yeah.
right? Like with the
But
like the best friend hug. And I'm sitting here like, why are you guys poking the bear? Because you guys know that this guy is a fucking immature fucking, like cokehead that fucking is gonna get all like butthurt because you're fucking making fun of his shit. Okay.
well, and
And
I,
you
I
know,
don't normally
and he can,
defend Corey Graves, but that was a shot of let us show you how it's done.
it is, but at the same time, it's
Yes,
poking the
frail
bear.
egos.
Okay. It's poking the bear.
Yeah.
And Triple H with his whole thing keeping, all of a sudden they're talking about like gates, because
Yeah.
Tony Khan loves to talk about gates. I'm like, what? I don't give a fuck if there's like whatever and whatever. What I give a fuck about is Dynamite's in Palm Springs. Okay, I looked at the pre-sale, front row, hard cam, right, or front row is $750 for a fucking Dynamite or a Collision. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, a
And
pay per view I
what
get, but not that.
they wonder why their
And so,
attendance is down. Like,
yeah, I'm like, the only people who can afford, and it was funny because I was watching the crowd in WrestleMania. They're the same fucking singster people in the fucking front row at AEW, pretty much. Saw the
mhm.
same people. Saw y'all. Okay. And it kind of bothered me in a way that I'm like, damn, I wish I had that fucking money, you know? Cause shit. Because there will be a day, and this will probably be the last time I ever go to AEW because I will get swiftly kicked out, that I am front row, probably hard cam, and Ocean Spray's gonna wrestle. Yeah, it'll be bad. It'll be
Like,
bad. But you know what? It's okay because I don't give a fuck.
I
I
think
just
there's
want
a clarity difference of the
but
product.
yeah,
Like,
but I think now they're poking the bear.
yeah,
Okay, Phil poking the bear. They
yeah,
all are. It's not necessary because now, fast forward. Okay, I told you don't talk about it yet. It's right in there. FTR and that stupid promo. It's like, okay, we know you're besties with Phil. Okay,
right.
but
The,
that promo wasn't necessary. That wasn't
they phoned it
necessary.
in. They
They did.
phoned it in. You could tell
Yeah.
everybody involved phoned it in.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone did not want to
Was
be
fucking
there in front of him.
irritated as shit.
Irritated, didn't want anything to fucking do with it. Nobody
No, he was
wanted anything to
embarrassed.
do with it.
No, and rightfully so. Now, then, Ocean Spray. Oh,
Stupid
Ocean
fucking
Spray.
Muppet.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I have said on episode 1, I can't tell you how many times. So many times, it's like, are you kidding me? I would like to, first of all, in regards to Will Ospreay, say the following statement. I told you so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The fucking asshole. He's a fucking little dick. He went into business for himself. Because why? One, Tony Khan paid a lot of money. He can get carte blanche. Now, Triple H, when Triple H at the media scrum talked about Ocean Spray, first of all, he's right. Okay, William, he's right. You are a lazy fuck. You're an entitled fuck. You, didn't want to put the work in. Okay. When they say do the work, when Cody says that, it's not fucking you just like shake hands and kiss babies. Okay. There's a lot of shit that gets involved. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to also, too, you need to be somewhat likable. Okay. If they love to hate you, like the majority, like a John Cena, let me tell you, remember all that Cena sucks bullshit? He came out and was like, oh my God, second coming of Jesus at WrestleMania and on Raw, right? And so you can't, for him, I get why Triple H was saying that. That really honestly wasn't to poke the bear, but it poked fucking Ocean Spray.
No.
And my thing is this Ocean Spray, Will, I'm looking you in the eyes. I'm taking the glasses off. I'm
Ooh.
looking you in the eyes. Okay, this is serious. You done fucked up. You took someone, and I'm speaking for Willis. I haven't talked to him, but he's so pissed off. He was a fan of yours. Okay? A fan. He gives me shit about you because of my hatred of you. Okay? He's a fan. You fucking lost him with your fucking selfish agenda. Because what did he tell me, Willis? He says, you've been saying that all along. I go, yeah, yeah. You know, who is he to go into business for himself? So everyone asks, do I hate him and Phil equally? Well, sometimes it goes either way. But honestly, like right now, Ocean Spray's a little bit more. But you see, he did something. Well, you did something that even the casual fan now, the casual fan who might have liked you, didn't know any of this stuff, is probably thinking now, what's your fucking problem?
Well,
Right?
and
I mean, if you
if I
didn't
may
know, like,
interject,
I'll ask you to, yeah, please, because I'm getting
like,
heated.
I don't, I could tell that's, why I'm taking a stick for a minute here. Um, I have, for the most part, I do, and I have said before, I think Will Ospreay is overrated. I felt that he was lacking in a lot of respects. I've said that episode 1. I've said that with you. Now,
You sure did.
And I didn't say that because I know you have heat with him. I said that because it's the way I firmly believe. And we try not to be too negative about some things, but sometimes you just got to be a little raucous about things. And
Mm. I
Will
try hard,
Ospreay,
guys.
like,
I
here's the
try.
thing: at the end of the day, let's say he was told this is the promo he's got to do, even though they don't script promos. Okay, he could have said no. He could have said, "Look, dude, I don't want to get my wagon attached to this." Could have easily done that. The only two that were required to be there was Matt Jackson, etc., and FTR. That's it. The Young Bucks and FTR. Those are the only two that were required to follow this stupid ass idea. Okay. Everything else was stupid. I know they probably told Edge he had to go out there and try to save some face. I'm sure of that. But for somebody like Will Ospreay who had no dog in the fight, who was so fresh into the company. He's only been there, what, a couple months now as a legit signed talent? Yeah.
About a
So
month.
this dude hasn't been with the company long enough to know which side of the ring smells wrong in terms of that company. So, and again, it's weird. I'm agreeing with Eric Bischoff a lot. But this dude, again, should have said, no, this does nobody any good. And at the end of the day, there I am sure I am 100% sure that Con went, we could use this and it could build this up. And people are like, no, man, no, we don't need to do that. And whether it's ego, stupidity, or vanity, they ran in this direction. Okay. Now, ultimately, because that's the topic here, is why the fuck did they do this? Or why did Tony Khan do this? Since he likes to be the guy who's running the book. Okay. So I can get where he's trying to defend his ego. Okay. I can get the idea that, well, we're going to use reality and maybe interject it in there. Okay. That would have been good in November last year. Okay. Then you could have made it work, but you didn't. Now, you're bringing it up. It looks clear to spite. It did nothing to draw attention or care to that match. It's not good TV. And while he wants to play there's a difference between an independent wrestler, an independent promotion, and an indie-rific fuckface. Indie-rific is the insult here. Is I get that's supposedly his business plan, but it's not TV. Okay. The casual fan who is the attention getters, the ones that you want to do something different so they won't watch the competition. The ones that have a majority market share across the world with inroads into companies you couldn't even imagine. The Madison Square Garden calls them before you can book the venue. Like, so they aired this thing. Nobody cares about it. People are annoyed with some of your talent. Your talent don't want to be fucking a part of it. They're all upset and just like, what the fuck is this? Because now in their minds, well, if anything ever happens and it's on a security cam, he might use it to, throw somebody else under the bus. And that's just on the back end. Let's talk about the product. Product says, okay, so you already have one person's statement out there, which is CM Punk, and he nicened it up. He NDA'd it. He was very professional about it because he works for a different man. He won't put up with the shit. So this tape rolls out. You line up the tape with what he said of what happened. You add in people like Bully Ray and a few other notable names in the business who are like, who have worked with, are like, no, 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 this guy's kind of a dick. And it makes sense. So now you've just glorified a guy who's you fired from your company over this incident. Okay. You have shat on the guy you sent to fucking Japan for the last 8, 9 months and hasn't seen the light of AEW television to work outside of that. So he's not even here to fucking say anything. The most he can do is tap on a fucking car and go, look, it's real glass. What the fuck is that? So you're healing a guy who's not even there. You're promoting another promotion's guy. You know, you pissed off your fans. You pissed off your back end, your people. I mean, where is the upside for AEW and all this? Because I can't fucking find it. We got a what is it, a 14% bump up from what it was last week, but they're down 25 points from where they were, this time last year. Nobody gives. I didn't even know there was another AEW pay-per-view. Until this, I didn't know. And now that I know, I care even less.
Mhm.
If this is what they're going to use to try to gravitate my attention towards their product, I'm not interested. And I think a lot of people, from what I'm seeing, are very much on that same boat. And
Mhm.
it comes from that ego. I definitely, we've said it before, it's an ego issue. He would be
Mhm.
best as the guy with the checkbook to put a Chris Hero or any number of the wonderfully talented bookers he's got on his staff go, I'm out. Let the social media person deal with it. Let the other people do the booking on the back end. Let the boys do the booking and then go from there. Because the longer he stays, like he runs everything, that's the problem. And I'd mentioned before, you know what told me that it was really a shit show? I could tell you two instances that really, like, the shot across the bow for me was Arn Anderson. Okay? When Arn stops being out there to save your ass, that tells you something. Arn Anderson stayed with WCW till the day it closed its doors. Okay? The way I knew it was fucked was when Regal re signed with WWE. Because when that man who's been, fighting all over the world since he was 15 fucking years old says, no, I ain't involved in this anymore, that tells you something. The dude talks more shit than he should about WCW, like he even has any fucking idea of the apples to orange numbers. AEW shows are selling far less. That's why the upfront prices are so high, is because they're not getting a bulk seat. They're not filling arenas like they used to. Their buys aren't what they used to be. It's like the heat has finally rolled off the turd, and now we just got to kind of figure out where it's going. And at some point, he's either gonna let somebody else do the book and be the paycheck, or he's going to drag his own company down. That's my honest theory on the matter. I'm not saying it's dead. I'm not saying it's not recoverable. This is a telltale sign that the boss is the reason things are fucked up. Like, I've seen it in regular jobs in real life. When your boss has no fucking handle on what's going on in their line, everything's a shit show. When morale is low, nobody fucking cares. And he's got no experience in TV. Because he's building a show on the basis of the internet. Internet, why are they going to care what you have to say on the internet when they could just go watch the highlights on YouTube and not care about your product? They might applaud you, pat your ass on the back, every time you throw a pose or something like that. But it's just like BTE. That's great. I thought it was nice to get some eyes. I did not think it was as great as they said it was.
BTE was great back in 26 20 end of 2016.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
still had fun.
Yeah.
Like when they refused to look at Medusa because they didn't want to be turned to stone.
Hmm.
Like when they had fun, it mattered.
Mhm.
When it became a business, it wasn't cool anymore.
No,
That's why,
because
yeah,
they lost out on a lot of they lost out of a lot of, like I
opportunities.
said, it, it wasn't but it wasn't what they signed up for.
Mm-mm.
Why do you I mean, I keep saying this, said this on episode 1, why do you think Cody left? It's
Yeah,
because Tony got Cody was trying to run the company. Help because he knew Tony Khan couldn't do it. So
and
he
he
was
knows
trying
how
to
to
help
run a
and
company. He's a fucking
mhm,
Rhodes.
yeah.
He was on his
And look
daddy's
what
knee, and
happened.
he's like Dustin's not gonna fucking do it. Not
No.
after his brother left.
No.
His brother left like overnight. Was more talked
Mhm,
about, more social, more looked at. He went
yeah.
higher elevation in 24 hours.
Mhm, yep.
And he used to have the
Yeah.
dumbest fucking gimmick to begin with.
Mm. But I mean, I don't think that Tony, none of that is scripted. Nothing they say is scripted. All
I
off the cuff.
mm,
What have you heard?
I've understood that there are bullet points given of a point they need to get across, and then sometimes it works and sometimes it don't.
Well, obviously that was a hot mess with fucking good old fucking Willie boy. Yeah,
Yeah,
goat my ass.
he
More like a
should have stayed
fucking
the fuck out of it.
he well, okay, here's what I said, what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And if Tony Khan and Ocean Spray himself want to save his AEW run, we need to not have him talk every fucking week. He says the same bullshit. But this time, he fucked up. If it were other people, they would be not on TV.
Yeah,
Let's go there. That is the fucking truth. Okay? That is the truth. So, this motherfucker, it's like, I'm sorry that you got called out for being a lazy sack of shit. Sorry.
yeah,
Not sorry. And
but
just because you feel that, Paul Levesque fucking got it wrong. No, no.
how did he
Because you
get it
know
wrong?
what?
How
He didn't.
does he know?
How
Like
does he
this is
know?
the trick. How does he know what's wrong with Will Ospreay? How does he know?
Exactly.
Is it because he's seen it on TV, or the guy showed up at a tryout and embarrassed himself?
That too.
I
That too.
mean, could be
That
one,
too.
could be
Because
the other.
yeah, people ask me, "How do you know?" Right? And I said, a lot of it's from what I've heard from people, and a lot
Hmm.
of it I've seen. A lot of it I've seen. A lot of it. So, you know, it's really, really sad that Willis is now not a fan. He is
It is.
so not a fan anymore. He is, and I know he's like, there's a phrase that we say when I'm right or whatever, or the other person's right. We bend the knee. Oh, he's getting on both knees because yeah,
Mm,
and
giggity.
it's like I tell you, I mean, I don't. I've said this on episode 1 before. You know, there are people that I like, people that I don't like.
Hmm.
Usually, if I don't like somebody, because it's very few, rare, they did something. There's something. I know something, right?
Know something, they
Because
did something. You're
there's a couple of
yeah.
other wrestlers that some people will say they disagree with me, but I'm like, no, 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 because I've heard it from more than one. And this dude, yeah, people in the British wrestling scene need to stop making excuses for him.
Hmm.
One, number
Notice
one.
it's the British, not the Irish. There's a reason for that.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. Not even the Scottish. We're not even going there with it. It's the Brit refs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a few Aussies that are kind of mixed in it because they were working over there, but nonetheless, it's in that scene and they know it. They know who it is. They know it. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm a collective. It just made me remember. Progress was part of it too. That was
Yes.
the other one, and it wasn't because WrestleCon didn't do anything other than the Super Show, which Ocean Spray was on. But let me tell you, this Super Show, I've heard nothing about it.
I
Nothing.
we can talk about the Super Show,
I've
but
heard
we're
about
probably
nothing.
gonna have to do that next week.
We're gonna have to do that next week on episode 1.
Yeah.
So spoiler, yeah. But I didn't even know, so I'd have to go find it and see it. But no, just remember people, there's a lot of sensitive shit going out there. Okay.
Yeah.
People need to be an adult, take responsibility for their actions. That could be Jack Perry, that could be Ocean Spray, that could be Phil Brooks, that could be fucking um
Tony
Tony Khan.
Khan.
It can be anybody.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you this, there's a certain person I know who is responsible for some of their actions now, and I know that. I see it. There's other
Hmm.
people who aren't. But you know what? Those ones who aren't, at the end of the day, they're wolf in sheep's clothing. But
Yep.
I will say that the part and
Now
end this whole thing with here.
we've been okay. I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, I have an idea.
Mhm.
Breathe in. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So to end this topic of conversation,
Yes.
if you feel, and this is anyone, and I implore you, if you feel so if you feel like Shivani, because oh yeah, that was the other person who was irritated too, was Renee. She could not even fucking believe that was coming out of Ocean Spray's mouth. She was disgusted. I
Yeah.
was like, girl,
She even
mm-hmm.
interviewed Moxley about it. There's a YouTube short about it.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Oh, good lord. Hope he anyways.
Well,
No, but here's my thing. Okay. You know, this is a company. It is not the fucking playground in elementary school. Okay. You can't pick and choose the media, which they do, and even fucking at WWE. Did you see the little sound clip when Roman Reigns was doing the press conference and someone booed him? It
hmm,
was a woman. It's like you're one of these fucking internet journalists, these, internet wrestling journalists. Okay? You have no reason to be in there. Okay? And he had every fucking right. And I know this isn't our show, but I'm using this as an example to fucking be an asshole to her because she was an asshole. Okay. That's his right.
yeah.
Okay.
A media scrum
But
is not necessarily needed. It's not necessarily in gimmick.
yeah, no,
You know,
no.
he's there
You
to answer
people don't
questions.
have a gimmick. You don't have a gimmick. If you think, Amanda, well, you have a gimmick. No, I'm a bitch. If you think that is, but I'm a bitch. Outside of this, I'm a bitch. Yeah. Don't fuck with me. Because if
Not
you
to
fuck
me.
with me, yeah, no, well, but I'm just saying. But if you
Yeah.
fuck with me, if you poke the bear, okay, this is what we're getting at. Point of this all. Bully Ray has been poked by people. Hi, Josh. Josh Hollywood. I'm talking about you. When you poke the bear, okay, you better be careful because you don't know what is going to happen. You don't know. You don't know. And you
Well,
don't know who knows what. So, and who knows who. But I
that's
will
fair.
say this. I feel very sorry for Chris Hero
Yes.
because in that footage,
He noped the
okay,
fuck out.
if okay, okay, if anybody, because he was like, oh God, I gotta, no one, you notice Joe didn't come in and help get fucking Phil off of whatever. He didn't do it. He didn't get involved. The refs didn't get involved, right? Sanjay came in and Sanjay was like, you know what? I gotta keep going. You
Yeah.
saw Sanjay at one point was like, he said something and then he's just like, never mind. I'm just gonna keep going, right? But Hero, when he walked away, there's this point when his hand was like this, and he was like, just like, fuck. Yeah. Because you know what? He is the only one, because Chris Hero is that nice and good of a person to fucking deal with that. And you know what? After a while, that's very stressful.
Yeah.
fucking feel Chris Hero in that. And no, I will not. Please, I implore you people, if you're in LA and you go to the West Coast Pro, do not ask Chris Hero about that. That is not your fucking business. Please do
Yeah.
not do that.
It's if you want to see that company heal and do better to succeed, let it go.
Don't. But with him, that I think was a very that was a very telling sign, because Chris Hero, if anybody really knows about Chris Hero in this industry, and period, Chris Hero, nicest dude. You got to really fucking do something to either A, piss him off or stress him out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. So
True.
remember, again, you know, at the end of the day, there's nobody's who's right and nobody who's wrong. Well, in my world, I'm right because Ocean Spray told you so. But in this whole thing, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Let's just fucking have wrestling. But if the owner of AEW, Tony Khan, wants to be a fucking child and accept no responsibility, then I think they need to have a coup. I mean, if you have a
Maybe.
title that says, executive VP, because isn't Jericho one too? I know everyone
Not
hates
that I know
Jericho
of.
on TV. I thought he was, but anyways, they all need to
No.
get together. I know Kenny Omega is, but they need to get together and say, you know what, and actually have wrestlers court and sit there and guys, we need to fucking squash all of this shit.
Yep.
And you shouldn't have fear, because if they're a real workplace, they should have an anti-bullying, no
They did.
retaliation policy.
They did when
That's an
Brandy was
NDA
there.
too. They did. So that's standard with everything. You don't need an NDA. That says it all right there. You shouldn't be retaliating. So at this point in time, they need to fix it, because that could be a really incredible program. There are some incredible wrestlers that work for that company. They just need to fucking get their shit together.
Yeah. Now
And
that
remember,
being said, Amanda.
with that being said, the views of myself, Ms. Amanda Jane, and the
Thank
views
you.
of Digi Damon are not the views of Wrestling on the Rocks, and not the views of Fans First Sports
Sports
Network
Network or anybody else.
or
These are our
anybody else.
opinions, our thoughts.
Hmm.
And this might sound like it was a negative show. This was everybody is online is kind of playing the yes, no, team A, team B, and we're going, this is what is this going to do to this company? We're more concerned for the boys in the back and the production crew than we are about hurt fifis on the internet.
I would love to see. I would love to see the Young Bucks take back ROH.
I think the
I
Young
would.
Bucks are feckless at this point.
Well, no, but you get people in there that you get the people in there, like you use Jimmy Jacobs, you use Sanjay Dutt, you use Chris Hero, you use a lot of these guys that were a part of that and really rebuild that. I think that speaks volumes.
I
I do.
wonder, as an aside, before we wrap up, I wonder if what's going on is like Jimmy Jacobs and these guys, they're trying to set the book right. They're trying to make a lot of this stuff work, but they keep getting overridden from on high. Sound
Mhm.
familiar why product tanked for the last 8 years like shit?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that he's gotten way too big. And the other part of it too, and we've said this on episode 1, I know I've said it. And um I've said that he's using the same people over and over. It's the favorites. You have fucking 4 shows. Okay? 4. You have so much talent that basically a lot of people will not work indies because they don't want to get injured for TV, right? But even if they're not being used on TV, they're still not doing it. But, you know, you gotta fucking spread the wealth. Maybe people will be a lot happier, if it was an equal playing field. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have some that, are more so than another. But at the end of the day, you really need to make it even.
Fair enough.
That's how WWE runs it, I believe. You know, that's how a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
places run it. I don't know.
I don't know for sure.
I don't know. But before we sign off today, guys, the reason why we don't have an episode 2, I will tell you this: next week is not going to be an episode 2 because we
No.
fucked up. We fucked up. We fucked up. Yeah, our own rule. We try not to be negative. I try not to, but there's just certain things that I
CM
just
Marsh. CM Marsh.
am
CM
marsh.
Marsh.
hmm hmm Yeah. Jesus Christ. Sometimes he needs to be in here to fucking moderate some of this bullshit and get us on the fucking not be so negative. Yeah.
No, he.
See, that's what happens, Marsh. If you're listening, this is what happens sometimes. Kind of need your leadership. You give fucking the fucking children keys to the kingdom. I'm like the fucking Tony Khan over here. Okay?
I mean,
Except, I mean, shit. But anyway. So,
what am I, Joey Janela of this product?
maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like the Tony fucking Khan over here. Well, actually, no. He's like Triple H, and I'm fucking Tony Khan over here. Like, yeah, no. But I don't care about views, so maybe I'm not Tony Khan. I don't know who I am in this, but all I know is this. I think I'm probably one of the young bucks. Like, fuck, this is my company, but it's not my company, and fuck, I just, yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, before we go, um, once again, thank you to our friends at Fans First Sports Network for allowing us to do this shit. Let's just go there.
Mm,
And
yeah.
then if you, our friends, are interested in some of our other product, we do have a show on Wednesday night, which is Ref Marsh Bishop. Oh god damn it. I don't even want to know what Bishop is going on about this stuff.
And
Um
the
and
boys.
also Clump do Wednesday nights. They talk about WWE. We kind of talk about a little of everything, although technically we're really indies AEW, that fun stuff. But yes, you can also go
Well,
to www.wrestlingontherocks.com. We have our shop there. You can buy t-shirts, stickers, fucking shot glasses, wine tumblers, all sorts of shit. We don't make any money off of it, people. The shirts are really, really nice. And then I hear through the grapevine, I think we're getting some new merch. I don't know. That's just what I was told.
I'm working
Don't
on
know.
some designs too.
Yep. But you guys y'all know you want a sticker of me. Digi doesn't have a sticker yet, but we need
I
Digi to have a sticker. And you want a sticker of me in my Colt Boom Boom Cabana shirt.
no.
You want
We'll
it.
what we'll do is
Yep.
we'll get a. I have an idea I'm already working on
There you go. And I'll make pins in the whole thing.
because
So,
we are the bronze lovers of the IWC.
yeah, we are. We are. More people need to wear our merch. Shout out to Willis for representing the podcast in the purple, super secret purple shirt of the Wrestling on the Rocks logo. Uh, to him, I went to AEW. Yes, it was in Stockton, but people ask. I wore my episode 1 shirt at the Jericho Cruise again, and every wrestler kept asking me about it, or people thought it was about Star Wars. I go, no, this is my podcast. Jericho thought it was cool. So, shout out to that. So, Digi, where can we find you on the interwebs to give people indie dates or other fodder in that manner?
That's Digi Damon WOTR on Instagram.
Wonderful. And me, I'm at Ms. Amanda Jane with a Y on Instagram and X, because X gonna give it to you. And before we go, Digi's gonna give us the some of our closing thoughts before we do our last call.
Well, I think that one of the positive things I'm looking forward to is that one of two things is going to happen. Either this company is going to turn around, which is going to mean more bookings, more dates, more opportunities for the talent, or it's not. And just that means another company will rise, like a Wrestling Revolver, to sort of step into that line. But either way, I believe that everybody but Tony Khan is going to move on from this. They're going to walk away from it because it was unnecessary. And we need to we bring you the positive, even if we're a little feisty about it. Bring that to the world with you. It's the beach ball of love.
I always get smacked in the head, and I'm short. People try to go after the beach ball. Don't like that. Bad analogy or PTSD with that. So my happy thought with this week. Oh yeah, total PTSD. Okay, total PTSD. Man, being short sucks. I know Sammy Callahan and Marty Scurll agree with me on that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They almost died. Not in front of me. I didn't see it, but yeah, when they put in the pool during the first Jericho cruise, when they did the match when they went on the deck, I was like, oh shit. Like when I had gone in the pool, I'm like, oh, that shit is deep. And I'm thinking they are probably gonna stand in it and think they can fight. Nope. Because the water, it was like 10 feet deep.
Easy.
Yeah. So yeah.
Positive.
Tell Callahan that. Yes. But anyway,
give us positive.
So I am what I am looking forward to is as far as the wrestling goes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward this week to hopefully seeing the return of Ricky Starks TV. I'm keeping that one positive. Him and Big Bill, they need to be doing something. I'm also on a positive note. I'm really curious to hear how West Coast Pro, the mixtape, they also stream on YouTube, how that is going to come into fruition. I have been saying the controversial subject of, LA shows are booked better than San Francisco, because that's a card I would really enjoy versus some of the other ones. Although it's coming to be something I'm really going to enjoy. So, and also I wanted to do this because this is a very positive note. I'd like to say, I know we had mentioned this, I think I'd mentioned this before, but Adam Thornstowe from Reno Scum is retiring. He wasn't going to do a last match, but he is doing it May 18th, West Coast Pro against Will Hobbs. Definitely be there, be square. I will be there. I would have liked to see Reno Scum like tag, but I'll take this, and kudos to him on a really great career. It's going to be sad to see him go, but definitely that's something really positive that he's doing that. So great with that. So once again, thank you for sticking with us on another Thursday Night Chaser with Wrestling on the Rocks. Join us again next week from the dive bar of the IWC on Thursdays, usually 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And for Digi Damon, everybody, that is last call.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers to Fans First Sports Network for keeping the dive bar lights on.
I would never have a drink with wrestling on